has spent every summer since I was, I think, 1 year old, vacationing up. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, great. Yeah, we still have a cottage. Oop, hello. Oh,
Looks like we're on.
I think so. Well, folks, we've taken our show on the road today. This is our edition of Your City, Your County, and we're going to try something a little different today, which I think you'll find pretty exciting. We're going to be meeting and talking with Hunter Gatherer. And Hunter is a local musician in the Algoma area. And just a little bit of history. Did you grow up in this area, Hunter?
You know, I did not. I actually grew up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, about an hour and a half south of here. Stayed there until I graduated from college, at which point moved to Madison. Was there for about 2 years before relocating to Algoma.
Okay, where did you go to school?
Went to school at UW Oshkosh, UWO. It was fantastic. Studied international studies with an emphasis in anthropology, along with religious studies, where I did a lot of my undergraduate work in. It was the anthropology department that I met my fiance, and that's what brought me to Algoma.
Okay, good to have you here. We're really happy.
Great to be here, Bob.
Okay, we're going to let him play a number of songs today, which I think you'll really enjoy. And then we'll interview you and talk with you a little bit more later. First, though, it's You Make It Hard.
Well, I found it kind of strange. The numbers were exchanged. Now my chest is where you lie. You're looking at me with those bedroom eyes. You make it hard. You make it so hard to leave in the night, especially in the morning. You're looking like an actress, lying on that broken mattress. Now my chest is where you lie. You're looking at me with those bedroom eyes. You make it hard. You make it so hard to leave in the night, especially in the morning. More than perfect, more than good. I hold you even closer if I could. Cross my heart, hope I don't die. That little Cupid must have hit himself a bullseye. You make it hard. You make it so hard to leave in the night, especially in the morning.
Very good. I wish we had an audience here.
Hey, of course.
I guess you got me, so I'll clap anyway.
Little Bob Gray in the seats. That's
There
just
you-
fine for me.
There you go. All right. Very good. If you can kind of tell folks where you play, if somebody wants to hear you or maybe see you on a screen, where do you go?
Of course. So you can find me on Facebook.com/huntergatherermusic. You can find my music on Bandcamp. I had done an EP about 2 years ago, but I am re-recording a record full length with Hans over at Studio 333.
Hans Christian.
Hans Christian, he's fantastic. We've got about 14 tracks down. He's contributed strings, he's contributed all sorts of keyed instruments. Right now, looking at some spring outdoor gigs, actually Bridge Up Brewing in Sturgeon Bay is going to be picking up a new second location with a large beer garden, looking at every Thursday there in the summer. And then going to be playing all throughout Door County. I've got a couple of places in Oshkosh that I always play. Barley and Hops, Fletch's, local tap house, and Fifth Ward Brewing Company. Lots of good friends and music fans there.
That sounds great. I'll take away from my talking and let you play next. This is Joie de Vivre,
Joie de vivre.
which I think means joy of life, doesn't it?
It sure does. You know, it's one of the 3 French phrases I know, and the only one I can say on TV.
Okay, you go ahead. Let's hear it.
Her eyes are like wheels rolling at me. Constantly I was just rolling along. With 3 tires I was so tired I just came off the road. Came off the road, went straight to your abode, and I could spend all afternoon doing nothing in particular, I'll just wrap myself in you. I could spend all afternoon here till out comes the moon. Like an ocean surrounds, you're like an island. I was searching for solid ground. I came into your harbor. I was harboring a criminal, but I kept that to myself till I just laid down my anchor. Burned all my sails, there's no need to go sailing no more. I could spend all afternoon doing nothing in particular, I'll just wrap myself in you. I could spend all afternoon here till out comes the moon. I could spend all afternoon doing nothing in particular, I'll just wrap myself in you. I could spend all afternoon here till out comes the moon. My mood changes with the weather, whether you like it or not. Sometimes good weather is all you got, and there's a cold, persistent rain. So she hands me an umbrella. Yes, I'm such a lucky fella, and I could spend all afternoon doing nothing in particular, I'll just wrap myself in you. I could spend all afternoon here till out comes the moon. I could spend all afternoon doing nothing in particular, I'll just wrap myself in you. I could spend all afternoon here till out comes the moon.
Again, that one was called Joy de Vivre. How about something Spanish? Do you have anything Spanish?
You know,
like?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's travel the continents here.
Okay.
I sure do. So this next one, it was inspired when I was babysitting one day. I was singing Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes to a couple of kids, and so I thought it would be fun on the fly to quick look up Spanish phrases for each one of those. So of course, shoulder is espaldilla. However, that's not quite as pretty of a name for a character in a made-up song. So came up with espalda, which is actually Spanish for back, and wrote it about an older woman with osteoporosis, and then continued to write the song and flushed out a couple of generations down beneath her.
Wow.
So it's a story song.
Fascinating. Can't wait to hear it.
Hey, of course, yeah, this one's espalda. Espalda, and she carries the weight of the world. Like an outdated atlas, old and tired, like her pages have been curled. Lines on her face, like crisscrossing of roads on a map, lead back home to the Carolinas and the Cumberland Gap. Osteoporosis was a doctor's diagnosis, yeah, that's true. Travel the globe, now her earlobes, they touch the floor. Speaks to hell in high water, she's a shadow of the gal she used to be. Few husbands, a few kids, well, all good things, they were supposed to come in threes. She thinks back on her father and the things on which they never did agree. Never could see eye to eye, now he's looking from underneath that almond tree. On till the dawn begins to break. That's the way it goes, and so it goes until it goes away. He's got himself a granddaughter that he never had the chance to meet. Growing up in a backwater, sometimes history's just a little bittersweet. Now Czar's got a baby, Oliver sleeps in Helen's bassinet. Crawling leads to stumbling, leads to softly mumbling out the alphabet. A, B, C, X, Y, Z, how I long to be carefree. History repeats, and now you buckle a car seat. You know the drill. History repeats, and then you fall asleep. You know that's true. History repeats, never complete. Yeah, you know it's true.
Very, very nice. Thank you. Do you write most of your own songs?
These are all original songs that I've been playing.
They are. Very good. Where do your ideas come from?
See, that's a good question. So a lot of times I'll jot down notes when I'm on the way to work, on the way back, if I'm in a new place, sometimes on long road trips, any town I drive through, and I think it's interesting, I jot it down. So Laughberry Creek, Indiana, which I played in the warm-up, Cairo, Illinois, things like that. Now living along Lake Michigan, I write a lot of songs about that. Yeah, it's pretty much everyday life.
That's great. Very creative, and it sounds like you're using your education as well for that.
Why, thank you.
Okay, well right now I'm going to turn me around and you go ahead.
Well, thank you. And a perfect segue, because this song was actually inspired by Algoma, a man who lived right down the street from this very studio, a beloved figure everyone calls Doc Komorowski. So he's a man who both of my fiance's grandparents knew pretty darn well. And actually, one of her grandfathers was the EMT that responded to his heart attack call. So for EMTs, it's generally best practice to have them face the ambulance and away from the house, apparently not to give anyone hope that they'd be coming back. But Doc knew it was his time, so he had Lynn turn him around so he can take a look at his house one last time before he goes. So as I was moving from Madison, I thought that idea was exceptionally beautiful and poignant, and so I put it in a song. And that is this song that I will play right now. It's like I'm hailing a taxi to heaven. Sure know that I can't afford the fare. There was little remorse as my life flashes before me. There was seldom a worry, of which I seldom cared. Taking many a risk, few moments I missed, but I crossed nearly everything off my bucket list. There was seldom a woman I left unkissed. Through a lifetime of rambling, I suppose this is all there is. Well, my heart gave out, Holly put up a fight, and I'll admit that I'm getting blurry eyesight. And if I die, and I just might, give me a moment, yeah, so I might say goodnight. As you wheel me out, turn me around. As you wheel me out, turn me around. Might just be the last thing that I see before I'm buried in the ground. Hey there, EMT, I say they lean in closely. Can I ask a favor, please? Before you load me in the ambulance, give me one more chance, yes, I might see my home. As you load me in, give that gurney a spin. Let me take it all in. Spokes and spires, place are tired in. Is where I raised my kids, and then I mourned them when they grew old. Yeah, you know this house is all that remains of a life we'll live well before these chest pains. My old woman, my sweet Lorraine, see on the other side, I can give you a migraine. As you wheel me out, turn me around. As you wheel me out, turn me around. Might just be the last thing that I see. Might just be the last place that I'll be before I'm buried in the ground.
Beautiful. That was really incredible. I never thought of a, aspect of a song like that before.
Thank you. The trick was making it not a bummer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Gotta make it a happy song.
Yeah. I noticed that you also play with other bands too. Is that right?
I sure do. Yeah, I'm a man of many hats. I like to play with different bands.
I like your hat for now.
Thank
right,
you.
right,
Yes.
right.
Oh, you want it?
No, that's all right. I'll leave
yours.
it with you.
But yeah, I play with Nature the Band, which is a 3-piece power trio. Wisco, my 5-piece funk band. Tons of multi-instrumentalists. We've got a fiddle player who also plays saxophone. We've got 4 different singers in there. Really awesome. It always serves the song. And then, of course, when I'm by myself, it's hunter-gatherer.
Yeah. So you certainly play a different variety. That's for sure.
I like to think so.
That's great. Next up, Sunrise, Sunset.
Perfect. So this one's fresh off the presses. This one was actually written just a few days ago. But I've been so tickled by it that I'm like, let's put this on TV. Well, best part of a sunset is don't last too long. Second by second it changes like it ain't meant to belong. You blink and you miss, it means you better not blink. You don't have to think. It's like I've been charading, parading, masquerading, an imposter like 3 kids in a coat. Feels like my song is one long blue note, living my life just like an Oscar Wilde quote. Green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. The sun is just now rising, yeah, it's just like you and I. A green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. And then the sun is just now rising, yeah, just like you and I. Pale blue skies, nearly overcast. Yeah, it's hard to save a good time, 'cause the good times always last. Said I'm caught between a full moon and a setting sun. Turned to me and said, hey man, where the heck did you come from? Green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. Sun is just now rising, yeah, it's just like you and I. A green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. And then the sun is just now rising, yeah, just like you and I. Sun is out, that sky is blue. The only problem is that I am too. Life below zero kind of gives me the shakes. See smoke licks up from that old Great Lake. Green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. And then the sun is just now rising, yeah, just like you and I. A green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies. The sun is just now rising, yeah, it's just like you and I. A green Green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies, and then the sun's just now rising, yeah, it's just like you and I. Green flash on the horizon, pink hues in the skies, and then the sun's just now rising, yeah, it's just like you and I.
Way to go. Very good. Next one is something I'm going to be very interested in hearing how you make a dog bite song. Let's hear dog bite. And oh, by the way, I should say we're talking to hunter-gatherer today. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
You bet.
So this is one of those songs where I wrote it in the middle of a trip and on the way back from a trip. So there's city names such as that Cairo, Illinois. There's references to Savannah, Georgia. I was on a bus tour through Savannah and through its lovely city squares, and one of these lovely, charming southern tour guides said, "Now, this is Lady Telfair's house. She is what we like to refer to here in Savannah as a lady of many stipulations." And so that idea kind of spurned this song on. Feeling like a fifth wheel by the end of the night. Party's far from over, I've yet to see the highlights. Wish I had some foresight back in the daylight. Tried to be polite, another argument aside. It's like a dog bite or a gunfight. It don't feel right till there's searchlights. Went from Cairo to Paris, Illinois. 7 one-hit wonders to enjoy. Her sex appeal, that's my Achilles heel. At least you made good on your end of the deal. It's like a dog bite or a gunfight. It don't feel right till there's searchlights. She's a lady of many stipulations, minor aggravations, which you know I had to start. Like Lady Telfair in a rocking chair, big yellow house on the east end of the square. It's like a dog bite or a gunfight. It don't feel right till there's searchlights. A little persistence leads to more resistance. A little push and then you're bound to get some pull. So we cling to our crystals like they clutch to their pistols. A little push and then you're bound to get some pull. It's like a dog bite or a gunfight. It don't feel right till there's searchlights.
Thank you. we're going to let you wrap it up. Much as I would love to sit here or stand here all day long and listen, we're going to let you wrap it up with Lonesome Tree.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bob. And thank you again for having me here. Everyone's been so wonderful, and it's great to be here down in the basement of City Hall. This one's called Lonesome Tree. It's another Algoma-inspired song. When I wrote it, I had never been to this tree, just by the Door County line. It's been in the family for a couple of generations, and they call it the Lonesome Tree. So I wrote it sight unseen, but tied it together with a little bit of town of Anape lore. Only a fire engines when it's raining. I'm always drunkest for the dawn. Ain't in the mood to be complaining. There's a familiar feeling coming on. But I got a long way back from Tennessee. I'm walking backwards to that lonesome tree. I know that nothing, at least nothing good comes cheap. But I got a long way back to Ann and the peak. A road as forked as her tongue. I'm hung out to dry out on the bottom rung. Something to which I've always clung to. Something that I felt since I was young. But I got a long way back from Tennessee. I'm walking backwards to that lonesome tree. And if it ain't there, go to the place where it used to be. But I got a long way back to Ann and the pig. She only kissed me goodbye, making me feel like I'm the bad guy. Sense of humor that's gone dry too. Now I'm tongue-tied and petrified. But I got a long way back from Tennessee. I'm walking backwards to that lonesome tree. And if it ain't there, go to the place where it used to be. But I got a long way back to Ann and the pig.
thank you so very much for being with us today. Again, we've been talking with hunter-gatherer, and if people want to see you or hear you, where do they contact you?
Look me up right on Facebook. Punch Hunter Gatherer right into there. Hunter Gatherer music on Bandcamp. That record that I've been working on with Hans Christian at Studio 303 will be on there within the next 2 months or so.
Good. We'll look forward to that too then.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you so much. That's going to do it for our show for today, folks, for your city, your county, and we really have enjoyed it. This has been something a little different, and it's been great. So until next time, that's going to do it for your city, your county. I'm Bob Gray, and join us again next time. So long.